Ta-da! Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good whatever it is around wherever you are. Today I'm feeling slightly resistant to start my hands-on work on the new task, and that's because I feel there are more unknowns than with the previous task I've been working on. And of course, there's some inertia to break, so to speak. So I started my day doing more of admin tasks and cleaning up the house a bit in terms of what did I understand of what I have to do, or what do I already have, etc., etc. But at some point we have to get our hands dirty again, and so here I am. For those who are new here, I am Juliana Fagiardini, and I work for the Open Information Security Foundation, mostly writing code, documentation, and co-mentoring outreach interns for the Suricata open source project. And what is that? Suricata is it's a software monitoring and security tool. As I've already mentioned, it's open source, and it can both generate intelligence data for threat hunters and cybersecurity teams to understand what's going on their network, but it can also give more insights about this intelligence that I've mentioned by means of rule sets. And we have open rule sets, we have private/paid rule sets, and those rules can either provide you with alerts of what's going on, what's suspicious on your network traffic, or if you are running Suricata as an intrusion prevention system, it can also actually prevent some traffic. And I'm taking my time to explain this bit because I'm currently working on something that directly impacts this whole part of Suricata, because I'm handling our packet alert queue. So for each network packet that Suricata inspects, we have this queue of alerts, and alerts are how we represent that a certain rule has been triggered, and we want to have a more dynamic handling and a more efficient handling of that queue. I've been working on several tasks related to that, but we realized that we probably cannot keep most of the work I've done because some parts of it are too convoluted, both what I was trying to do and the current code that we have. So we want to change the current approach of what we already have in Suricata in favor of something that can be done earlier on, which could help in being more effective, more efficient, and more flexible as well, we hope. So that's it, but this is done in a part of the Suricata code base with which I'm not very familiar, and this has in part to do with the fact that I'm still somewhat new to the Suricata world, but also because I've been working on other things in the past year and a half or somewhat like that I've been with the team. So that's a huge introduction, but lots of information there. And here we are. One thing that I realized yesterday, before, as I was wrapping up the day, was that I have some information that tells me a lot on the ticket itself, and I just have to better understand the code, and then that information would make way more sense, I'm sure. So I've written it down on my paper notebook, and I've also written it down on my to-do list to try and fix this in my head, because this is around where things are, and I have the information. We have the detect engine thread context somewhere around here. Detect engine thread context, and it's this whole thing. And what I want to I want another screen. I need multiple screens. But anyway, we want to have as what does the end of the ticket say? It says the idea of this ticket is to use a per detect engine thread context specific queue of some sort to store the alert candidates and have packet alert finalized only write the final alerts to the packet structure. So what can I get from this? What can I extract from this? And this might sound funny or very slowpoke, but it's when we are handling something that is new to us, at least in my case, what I find is that it's common that I will totally not get some things the first couple of more times that I read them. And as I get more familiar with the whole thing, then things start to click. And so it's normal to have to reread things quite a few times. So what can I extract from this? As I was saying, as I had imagined yesterday, Q could be in the detect engine thread context structure, I imagine. We will change packet alert finalize to consume that queue, to somehow consume that queue. And store its final version into packet alerts. What else can I get from this? And this is not related, but it's something that I was thinking about yesterday after work. That's not healthy, but it's something that sometimes it's hard to prevent when you work with software, or when I work with something like software, is that sometimes your head will go like, hey, let me try to solve this part. And what was it? That I can probably use at least the packet alert max work, original work with this new approach, as we will still want to have the final packet alert queue configurable. and therefore we must have the functions mean the means to do that. So it means that not all of the work is lost, but I cannot cherry pick it now because it would break everything else. But I can use it after a certain point when the rest is somewhat in place. So this part here, this also means that as far as I can see, the packet alerts structure will still have a dynamically set array of packet alerts. Could that be wrong? It could, but I don't think so. Also because of the way that Victor described things yesterday. Hello, good morning. So those were the things that I could directly extract today when I'm not so tired and overwhelmed. That doesn't mean that I'm not tired nor overwhelmed. It just means that I'm feeling slightly more comfortable with the task. And so this also means that what I have for packet finalize right now, packet alert finalize. Oh, we have the cool. So here we have the detect engine thread context, cool. And we have the packet, nice. So I can use whatever is in the detect thread context structure. I can easily use it here. And yeah, and instead of, for instance, yeah, I would not do packet alerts count. I could, for instance, do packet alerts or packet max alert. Could I? Yeah, I would have two conditions. One is that, and the other is as long as I have something in the detect engine thread context, right? Because maybe I don't have as many alerts as the max, so I would have less stuff to append. And then I could move on, and maybe I wouldn't handle things here. And and I would not do this because we do not want to remove, we would remove elsewhere. So I think that part of what is currently done here will be done elsewhere. This is where I start to get overwhelmed. So what do I think will be extracted from packet alert finalize? Oops. form. Thresholding. Packet removal from the packet alert queue. The packet applies signature actions, I think, stays. Because this is like, we have all these alerts that have matched on the packet. Now let's just make sure that everything is where it should be. Yeah, I think this, what is this one? Yeah. I think this could still happen, but only if it's not a drop. Because if it's a drop, we would already have done it. All right. Like alert finalize has the decode, the detect engine thread context. Okay. We have lots of flies here today. That's annoying. Maybe this can stay, although this part will not. This will be done before. Or maybe I could also extract this, but that is done on the packet. Yeah, I think this part, as I've done for the other work, will be extracted to a different function. And the difference and the rest could stay, I guess. Because we should, excuse me, we should only change whatever we have to change on the flow once we know that those signatures are there to stay. Okay. So this part will be changed. This is related to flow, okay. This is packet alert hand append. Most of what is done here would be done in the new queue. Even the sorting. The removal may or may not exist. To figure out later. Packet alert check, this is something that is already done in the detect part of the code, right? Packet alert check. What? Where is this done then? So this is not done in the detect engine alert, nor in the detect code. Is that done in the decode part? Packet alert check. Oh. Okay. So this is done in many other places. Okay. So whenever we have detect protocol code, we will use it. All right. Is this mainly used for unit tests? I ask because when I see fail if, I already know that this is our new macro for unit tests. Oh. Oh. What is this? A test. Is this used outside a test? Why? Oh. Okay. This reminds me that I should check if we have anything new, although I don't think so because I did not see anything on my email, but this is slightly losing focus. We have something new. That was fast. We had a discussion yesterday about how to make our, especially the Rust side of building Suricata safer, and we discussed the usage of commands / tools like cargo audit to check if any of the crates your code uses is somewhat compromised. And there were two things that needed our attention, and I guess this is related to that. I want to check that bug now. Wait, I should do something else. Redmine, whenever I try to do these, I should do from here because then I know it's safe to check them. Any issues? If it is, let's just go to the issues, it's probably easier. Not just open all of them. Interesting. Oh, what am I seeing here? We don't have that issue. It's probably elsewhere then. All right. Where did I go? Oh, it's 60, not 80. Juliana, it's your fault, as usual. Not as usual, but yeah. It's open. That's good. So this is one of the things that we saw. And this has been merged already. Oh, my knee. Yeah, that's the bug that we saw there. No. This is still not easy, but let's keep moving. So again, something related to unit tests. This is a unit test. PCEI phase, okay. If it's only used for unit tests, then yes. Yep. Okay, it seems that it's a unit test thing. But looks important, right? Then it saves. It's there all the time and I'm just dumb. The threshold logic also has the detect engine thread context. Good. So this might be necessary and we already have it. Not already have it, but we used the detect engine thread context. Would probably stop being static, maybe, because we would call it from the detect engine thread. Things to understand. This is for test functions and I did not read that at first. This might get obsolete because we will not be doing it. This might be changed extremely and like adjusted for detect engine thread. Let's I'm using Vim 218. Cool. Now we can have both side to side. Packet alert remove could get obsolete. packet alert append might be repurposed for detect engine thread context alert queue usage. And packet alert handle same as packet alert append. This is me taking a very slow approach to this task. Could we packet alert oh I'm trying to figure out if we will need the whole structure for our queue or not. We don't need the drop thing. We need something like this. And I guess the count makes even more sense if it will be dynamic. Maybe we could have I think we could have size, and size would start with packet alert max, but that could be changed as the alert queue grows. So maybe have size. It's set initially to packet max alert. Could grow. Growing it is better because then we don't have to do min move. We do have to do a lock, but I suppose that's easier to handle. So I truly think it would be similar to packet alerts, but it might have a few other fields. So maybe we could use the same thing and have the other information outside of it. so we wouldn't have to create another structure. That would be my first approach, yes. So detect engine thread context. Could this make things horribly big? I think it could. Say an attacker realizes that our temporary packet alert queue doubles the size, not doubles the size, but increases its size based on packet alert max. Whenever we see another alert of the same thing, it could just craft an attack that would trigger the same thing until it potentially made killed a thread somehow. So maybe we could grow first size is packet max alert, and then it grows at a half the past increase rate. Is that too weird? Say we have 15. Then we realize we have more alerts. All right, now we have 22. Is that bad? And we have more alerts. All right, now we have more 11. Even more alerts? Oh, that's confusing as fuck. We have 15. Then it has to grow again. All right, let's have +7. That's 22. But we still have to grow. So let's have, it could be half the current size. That might be easier to calculate. So +11. So it's not the max, but it's still, now we have 33. We are still increasing. But it's less likely that it would happen unless an attacker crafted it for that. In that case, 15 plus half max, we would go to 22. It could always be plus half max. Then it would less likely go out of control, but at the same time, we prevent having to keep increasing it all the time if we keep finding more alerts, right? So +7, +7, +7. I think I'll go with grows half packet alert max. Okay, do I already know how things will happen? I don't, but I am planning and thinking. Mardi, avril 12. We have the packet alerts thing. Why? Because then I can reuse it. I don't have to create something new. Not sure this will stay, but it's the first approach. Then we have packet alerts queue size. Max size. And the counter saves the actual size, the actual amount of alerts. So at first counter is 0. Packet alerts array will be set to packet alert max, and packet alerts max size will be packet alert max. Then we start to append new alerts to this temporary queue. If it gets too big, we will increase packet alerts max queue size, and we will change, therefore we will allot more space for packet alerts, the array, and we keep increasing the counter. We reach a new max. We increase packet alerts queues max size again. We reallocate there, and we keep incrementing the counter. Okay. I'm comfortable with that, I guess. Debug profiling. We have the packet here. I want then to have things around here. So what will I have? I will have packet alerts temp packet alert queue. Packet alert temp queue. Just a moment. some house chores showed up. So I'm trying to break the inertia by writing something. So we have the packet alerts, which will hold most of the things we need. And we will have a signed 16, would that be enough? Packet alert local queue max size. Local queue max size can grows at half packet max alert rate. I think this makes sense in my head. What I can do to compartmentalize my work is that at first this will work with the fixed packet alert max size. So at first packet alert max size is 15 and that part will not be changed. I'll add that part later on. So this prevents me from having to, this protects me from having to handle all the parts of having a dynamically growable packet alert array in the packet that we are currently facing. So that's decided as well. First step, final alert queue has a non-configurable size, not array size, because it's already a queue, so it's okay. Do we have an init function? Detect register thread context functions. More things to learn. I have no idea what does this do. Register thread keyword context functions. Detection engine to registering keyword name for error printing. No, I don't think that's it. Detection API. Remember to add the options in signature is IP only. Add detect C, otherwise it won't be part of a signature group. Master context. Master of puppets and pulling its strings, twisting your minds and smashing your dreams. Dying by me, you can't see a thing. I'm listening to the Lord of the Rings soundtrack while I sing Metallica. Oh, there's one thing to be done. This could complicate my life. But okay, it could still be part of the first step. Because if I do what I just said, then this is not growable. So for the first version, what I need, what am I doing? Oh. Would I need to have things separated here, just as a start? Temporary packet alert info may become just packet alerts in the future, if that becomes configurable. Array becomes configurable. So if we will not have that, we need a packet alert drop sig drop action. We need a packet alert packet alerts temp q. This one is grows dynamically, starts with packet max alert, packet alert max. Alert max reminds me of New Amsterdam. So we have undo. Let's leave you here for now. What else do we need? Stay there. Okay. Packet, not that. What? What have you changed? Don't save. Let's try again. Packet alert. Not that one. Here, count. So we have the drop, we have the array, we have the max size, and we have do I need something, or would it be self-explanatory? Alert to count, temp count. Yes, that's it for now. So because this would have as I mentioned, a fixed array size, and here we want something that could grow. This is how things would start, and then I'll move to something else. It's been almost an hour. I'll do the break that I'm trying to keep somewhat scheduled around an hour or so. And in 15 minutes or so, I'll be back and continue this work. I think it's good that I've started putting something into code, because that is usually where and when I manage to break the ice and conquer the inertia tension, so to speak, and start doing hands-on work. That's it for now. I hope that can be useful to someone somehow, and see you soon. Bye for now.